and your dog licked your makeup. I hope you get ready for work and you can't find your shirt. I hope you go on a date and your man asks for space with no place for excuses. I hope he chuck deuces. I hope all your plans fail with no money for bail and you end up in jail, but you live to tell where your space is invaded by the hate you created, trying to run through a village, lie still and pillage. We need personal space.
Oh, y'all, excuse me, because you know how much I hate to interrupt your scroll. So let me hurry up and get through this, because you can go back to doing what you gotta do, and I can go back to doing what I gotta do. And I made an illustration just to make it easier for everybody. All right, this is me, and this is you, okay? And this could be a family, friend, co-worker, alone in the world with a little cat dog. I don't care who it is, to whom it may concern. However, when we get together, it is now us. You know what always gets me is when we first start out, it's always cool, calm, and collected. I like it that way. But somewhere along the lines, you realize, this is you once again, realizing that you like to play games, okay? You have become so fascinated with playing games that now all of a sudden you think that you could play with me. Here's you thinking that you can play with me. That's crazy. It's honestly crazy, but obviously you like to live on the edge, okay? Now, you realize that you found a new love for these games, that you want to incorporate them in your everyday lifestyle. You are dedicated to the process. You are even willing to bet it all. Now, here's this person who knows what I know, and they know that you are in a great deal of trouble, okay? What a dummy is what you call it, because to bet all of that and to only be left with my ass to kiss is diabolical. It's honestly insane if you ask me. All right now. All right, because the thing is this. Let me break it down for anybody who may be a little confused in translation. Here you are with the right idea, but the wrong bitch. Okay? It's very simple. It's extremely simple. Okay? Right idea, once again, wrong bitch. Yeah. So now that I have gotten wind of what you think is about to take place, I am pointing you in the direction of where maybe someone would like to play games, okay? Which is all the way over there, okay? Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. Okay, I want you to go further, and further, and further away. You're so excited to continue on with these games that you're like, how much further do I have to go? You are so busy making your way downtown, walking fast, okay? You want to get there, you're excited. And even through all of this, even through it all, I'm still being a good Samaritan, a team player, if you will. I grab my magnifying glass because I am determined to help you find you something safe to do. All right, y'all. Well, look, share with those who
Hey, what is going on? My All in the Q family, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. Nope, not even. Hey, are you doing? How you doing? Nobody speaking today? Nobody? It's 10 people in here. Nope, not even is the only one that's gonna speak today. That's what we doing. Y'all don't love me anymore? I get it. I absolutely get it. All right. Well, in that case, hey T Drones, how are you? Good. I hope you're good. Hey Crystal Monique, how are you? Now everybody's coming in. Good to see you guys. Hey, Condia Williams, how are you? How are you? Looking beautiful, I'm sure, as always. So, as you can see, I'm back on here to give you guys an update. Iceman Gibson, hi. Eating popcorn, playing, keep away with the puppy, keep good evening. Hey, K Mac, how you doing? Okay, as y'all can see, the topic of today is the update, right? I told you guys that I will bring you an update when I can bring you an update. And I'm gonna do that. We got a lot. We got a lot to discuss. I'm gonna try to keep my cool through this. Because Cardia, I'm good. I'm good, as in nothing's wrong. Hey Kamala Buford, how are you? Um, I'm good. Nothing is really wrong with me, right? Um, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like my grandma when she used to say we live in some trying times because people be trying me. And I don't know why, but they do. So I am going to bring China back up so that she can give you all the update after she watched the video. So she did view the video. Okay, no, not even, no worries. She did view the video and speak with Miss Knowles. I'm not gonna call her doctor. I refuse. And if you watch, you know why I'm not gonna call you doctor. But I'm gonna bring up China so that you all can get the update. Okay, there is Makari's beautiful mom. We didn't get to view her last time, but y'all tell this queen how good she looked. I told her, listen, not many people can rival me on my show. I don't have
Oh
that.
my gosh.
But you doing pretty good today. Why did Nope Not Even, you know who Nope Not Even is, said she's
That's
Dr.
my
Quack.
mama. That's my mama.
Says she's Dr. Quack. Okay, so I'm gonna let China give y'all the update on viewing the video on Monday. Take it away.
Alrighty. So I went up there to the school. I saw the video, but before we saw the video, she did let me know that the driver had no disciplinary actions towards him because it was his first day. So before I started the video, watching the video, I was upset. I tried not to show it, but I was upset. I'm just like, that's not cool. So let me watch this video. So as we were watching the video, everything seemed fine. My son, let me say this much: my son was not harmed, as in he was not touched inappropriately. The driver was not mean to him. He treated my son with respect. So that's the first happy thing. I could start y'all off on a good note. Nothing happened to my son in that manner. Thank God. But anyways, what I didn't like about the video was, for one, again, my son is autistic. I didn't even know that. I know this sounds crazy, but I didn't even know that he could be aware of his surroundings. So as you can see, as time go on in the video, my son was looking a little nervous, like he looked uncomfortable. He looked anxious, and that right there is enough to just bother a mom. I know how we are in long car rides and how he gets antsy or whatever the case may be, and he looked like he had to pee and all of that. So they were riding for quite a minute. He went to Tinley Park. No, I'm sorry. Let me back up a bit. They put another autistic child on the bus. So my son moved to the back row, and the other autistic child was in the front. And it was, it could have just been, the normal for the other child, but I could just tell even the child was just like looked uncomfortable. But that could be the normal for him. But the child reacted to certain things, and he was nonverbal, so he wasn't talking. He was doing a lot of hand gestures, and his face looked like he wanted to cry. Speaking on the other child, and it made my son uncomfortable. I could tell that much, but can't do much about that. So when they arrived to the school in Tinley Park,
both of the kids got off the bus, and you can hear I don't know what you call them, who gets them off the bus. You can hear them asking what was Kari's name. They said the Kari don't go to this school. And he was talking like on the radio for a minute. So he got back in the car. He put my son back in the car, strapped him in and everything. And he got back in the car, and they proceeded to tell him how to, get to Makari school. But one of the major things that ticked me off was during this process. I don't want to lie, y'all. I want to say maybe it was about like maybe an hour or two into the video. But in that process, he told them that the bus driver told them on the dispatch radio or whatever that he was going to stop and get him something to eat. I was waiting to hear what they were going to say, because what makes you think that you finna eat in my son's face and he got to get to school? He was supposed to be at school, so you think you finna stop and take you a little lunch break while my child is in the car, uncomfortable, have to pee and all that? No, ticked off even more. But however, first student, whoever that was on the dispatch, they did say that he couldn't take his break until after he got the child to school. And I don't know how he went from, it just took him a long time to get there. I don't know how he went from Tinley Park to Stager. That's like way out the way. But eventually he did make it to the school, and Kari got off the bus unharmed or anything like that. But I don't know if I need to go any further, but that's what I saw in the video. I'm gonna wait to go any further.
Okay.
And so it made me uncomfortable just watching it, because I didn't like to see my son uncomfortable having to pee. He was sitting in the side of the chair, just anxious, and he looked worried. He knew that he wasn't in the normal route to go to school. He knew that something was wrong, and you could tell on his face. And it just made me uncomfortable. Okay, I'm done.
So now, when I was a driver, we were never allowed to mix children on routes or stop on an undesignated stop on our route before we emptied our vehicle, our bus. So that, concerns me. It concerns me that the child was taken from Linwood, Illinois, Stager Road, all the way to Tinley, which is not like it's not a short distance. We're talking about going from one side of town basically to another side. From the far south side almost over to the north side. If that makes sense, going crossways. So that concerns me. That concerns me that nobody was concerned that his first route was not completed before he picked up another child. What type of training are they doing? Because I know that when I was training, they told us explicitly we used to do fake routes. So every day we would drive, we would do like fake routes. They would give us a route sheet, and they would say, drive this route like you're going to pick up kids. And that's what we would do. And we would go all the way to the school, and they would say, you have to go straight to the school. Once you hit your last stop, you have to go straight to the school. No detours, no picking up other children, no picking up children that's not on your route that you see walking on the road. None of that. Straight to the school. So, that concerns me. That concerns me. Okay, so continue. After you viewed the video and you spoke with Miss Knowles, what happened?
Well, out of respect, which I shouldn't have much, but out of respect, I'm going to call her Dr. Knowles. I'll give her that. Then it's like Dr. Knowles switched up the story on me. Then she told me that, he, wasn't a part of them, and she don't necessarily know what happened to him. And that's another red flag for me. How would okay, let me say this part. When I went to view the footage, I had a long night of work. I worked 12-hour shifts. So it was very clear that I was tired and I was sleeping. You could see it in my face when I took my glasses off. She knows. She's like, "Oh yeah, I could tell you're tired." Very much so. Let's watch this video so I can go. But she tried to switch up the story on me and say, she don't know what happened to the driver. They can't necessarily tell her. But if that's the case, why did you tell me that in the beginning? I don't. That's the part I don't understand when it comes to her. She was very passive aggressive. Very, very. No, that's not what she was passive aggressive. Not during.
So let me just say, if you go back and view when I interviewed China, at first I think China's getting a phone call, so when she come back, we'll bring her back. But if you view the first interview, hey, Miss Wisdom, how are you doing? Hey, Shanita, how are you? Miss Wisdom says, good evening. I'm here for the unfortunately unprofessional madness. Has the lawsuit been filed? And get the money. Okay. Yes. Listen, she gonna speak about this when she come back. Okay. I think she got a phone call. And she's gonna speak about that when she comes back. But if you all remember the story, right? Miss Knowles claimed that she didn't know anything about what happened. Let me see. Okay.
I am so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Call.
No, I knew it was a phone call, and I told them. Miss Wisdom said, good evening to you. And unfortunately, she's here for the unfortunately unprofessional madness. Has the lawsuit been filed? Get the money. And then Miss Wisdom also says, good evening, Mother China. Please remember when you speak with these gaslighters, record. Do you remember when we was talking about that?
And remember, I don't know if you remember, I told you that I wish I would have recorded the conversation because I guess she feels, I'm just a young mother who don't really know much. And I'm going to be honest, I'm very kind of ignorant to the situation. I'm being honest, but she tried to take advantage of that. And that's why I'm not comfortable speaking with her anymore, but we'll get there. But yes, I did reach out to, I'm taking steps towards that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So you viewed the video. Video is finished. What conversation ensues after the video is finished?
Okay, after the video was finished, she proceeded to tell me how tired I looked and I could go ahead and go home. And I was like, thank you. Now, what happened after that was a phone call. So, as you know, when it was over, I let everyone know what I saw on the video. So she decided to call me, although she just noticed how sleepy I was and said, oh, that's why you be sleep in the morning because you work overnight. Yes, ma'am, that's why. But you still proceeded to call me to wake me up out of my sleep later on that day to speak on something that I didn't need to be a part of. So can I say that Miss Kim is stepping on toes with her? She's very uncomfortable with Miss Kim. So she calls me and tells me that, oh, who is this person? Who is that person? Is that your family? And I'm like, no, she is a friend of the family. That's my godmother's friend. She was very uncomfortable. She's asking this, she's asking that. To me, she handled the situation very inappropriately because you're asking personal questions. She also tried to influence me to change my answer in a very passive aggressive way. Like she then started to get mad as she was reading me the email. And then she was like, oh, you're keeping in contact with her. You're keeping in contact with her because I guess you mentioned something about that I saw the video. That I told you that I saw the video. So she's like, you keeping in contact with her? And I'm like, yes, I am. Like, was that supposed to scare me? But the thing with her was every time I answered a question, you could tell she didn't like it and she'll continue reading the email. Like, that was kind of ignorant to me. Also, she was like, well, if she's not your family, I don't understand. I don't work with community advocates, that type of stuff. I need to pursue a lawyer and I get basically keep you out of my business. She also mentioned to me that she was like, well, the school did call you. The school did call you. We can pull up our phone records. And that's how she was talking to me, y'all. And I'm just like, she was like, you were probably asleep when they called. And granted, I was asleep when I first got the phone call. She tried to make it seem like they called me immediately as soon as Kari came from the soon as Kari made it to the school. No, Kari made it to the school at 11 is what Mrs. Morgan told me. And Mrs. Morgan called me at 1:04 p.m. exactly. And I have phone records to prove that as well. So when I told her, I'm like, let me check my voice messages. Hold on. And I looked, I don't have a voicemail from that day. And then she went to change her story like, oh, well, they called the dad. They left the dad voice messages. That's not calling me, giving me voice messages. Y'all called him, not me. I just didn't like how she handled that part of the situation. Like I said, she was very passive aggressive. So every time she asked me a question, again, who is this Kim? Who is I forgot she was like, who is Deanna and all that? Asking me those questions. She was like, where is she? Does she live in Linwood? I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Where does she stay? I'm like, I don't know where she stays at. What does it matter where she stay at? Like that, I feel like that was kind of personal. But again, my main thing with Dr. Knowles is she was too passive aggressive. Every time I answered a question and you wasn't expecting an answer to it, she would get passive aggressive with me and continue to read the email. Like, I didn't know if she was talking to me, I didn't know what was going on. Like, okay, that was real ignorant. Then she was like, oh, the school did call you. You spoke with Mr. Hook, right? I'm like, I only spoke with Mr. Hook the next day. And that was because I was canceling his bus service. They did not reach out to me. Only phone call that I did get was from Mrs. Morgan at 1:04 p.m. But she tried to make it seem like, oh yeah, we did do our part. We did reach out to you that day. No, you didn't. Every time I answered that question, she would just so and so the email I am not like, that was really ignorant to me. So from this point on, I don't want to speak with Dr. Knowles again. So she called me again later on that night. No, I'm sorry. She didn't. She called me again today. I don't know what we have to talk about anymore. Since you were so upset about who's advocating for my son. Oh, that's another thing that I left out. She was like, is she advocating for your son? I was like, I gave her permission to do everything that she's doing for my son right now. She didn't like that. Then she continues to read the email in a nasty tone. Dr. Knowles rubbed me the wrong way. And again, I don't want to speak with her anymore unless it's an emergency about my son. So when she was calling me today, I didn't answer. I'm going to be honest, I didn't answer. I don't want to hear about what Miss Kim told you. Talk to her about it. So then I texted her and I was like, hey, I picked up a few extra hours. Can you text me? She never responded. She then called back again, like, skip what you said. I'm going to call you again. I don't care if you're at work. I texted her. I said, can you please text me unless it's an emergency about my son? Then she sent the message that said disregard, because that's what you wanted to talk about. I'm not here to talk about that. You ignorantly woke me up out of my sleep to keep talking about this. What are you speaking to me about this for? Thank you for stepping on her toes, because it made her very uncomfortable. I wish you could have just heard the conversation. But from now on, if I do have a conversation with her, I'll be sure to record, because she likes to twist up words and then act like she didn't say certain things.
For me, I feel like, why would you say you don't work with community advocates? Because you should want to work with a community advocate before lawsuits have to get filed. So the reason for community advocates is to mediate between, two parties, right? Because we both have the same goal. We want what's best for Kari, right? We should be great and go. So Ms. Wisdom says, have you filed a state complaint yet under your son's IEP being violated? Is door-to-door transportation listed on your son's IEP? I don't know, because I haven't had a chance to look at her IEP, just because I haven't. And she wouldn't know where to look, right, China? So
not at all.
Yeah, I'll have to take you through all of that. But if it's listed on your IEP, then you can file a complaint with the state that this happened.
I would like to complain that she's
K-Max said
non-business hours.
K-Max said at this point, refer her to your attorney.
That's the plan.
Okay.
That's the plan.
So.
And I have phone records, screenshots of messages from her. That's why she said disregard, because you knew what it was about. I don't want to talk about that. Handle it.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wisdom. Miss Wisdom is going to email me, so we'll follow up with her with what she. we're not referring nobody to you, no, not even. Not at this time. Okay, China, I'm gonna mute your mic for a minute because we're getting a little feedback. Okay, just for a second,
Okay.
and then I'll have you unmute. I did it. Okay, so we're here now, right? Miss Knowles, because I told you I'm not ever, and if you listening, ever gonna call you doctor because of what I'm getting ready to show the people right now. Now, before I get into what happened between me and Miss Knowles, then I'm going to show you who Miss Knowles is. Linwood, I hope that you are watching this, okay? I hope that this video, I hope you guys like, subscribe, share this video everywhere that you can. Get it out to the city of the village of Linwood, because when you hear and when I read you and show you what I was emailed, you should be pissed. Hey, Miss Prima Donna, because, right, of what is going to be said. There was no reason for her to say what she said about me, to me, or even try to find out where I live. Because Miss Knowles, if you watching, right, Al Sharpton don't live in your community, but you consider him a community advocate, correct? Roland Martin don't live in your community, but you consider him a community advocate and you would be responsive to him. Ben Crump do not live in your neighborhood, but he is a community advocate and you would be responsive to him. Right? So Miss Knowles, I never disrespected you, ever. I asked you simple, correct questions, to the point questions. We never spoke on the phone. I simply emailed you. I never called you out of your name. Matter of fact, the people are going to see in my email that I addressed you as so-called Dr. Knowles. Okay? They're going to see that I never disrespected you. But since you disrespected me and you wanted to know who I am, you're going to find out who I am. Let me start by letting you know, Miss Knowles, that I am the mother of 3 autistic children that I homeschool. I taught my 2 youngest to read because it's school systems like yours that was just disregarding my children and my son and not teaching him to read. Just want to let you know who I am, since you wanted to know. Just because you have a DR in front of your name don't mean that you subscribe to common sense or intelligence. Okay? It just means that you have a title. Matter of fact, I got a title too. And from now on, you can call me Miss. Okay? Okay. Now that if you watching, now that we got all that together, next time you ask about me or you address me, you make sure you say Miss. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you all who we are talking about. I'm going to play this little clip. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just, Miss Wisdom, these people be wanting me to get ignorant. Today is the day. We're going to get ignorant today because you got ignorant first. So I'm going to show you all in Linwood, right? These are the people working in your school system. Matter of fact, Miss Knowles is Sandridge School District 172's superintendent. Can you believe that? This is the superintendent. I have a few problems with you being the FOIA officer as well, because how are you the keeper of the records or the giver out of the records or the complaint and the receiver of the complaint? That doesn't even make good sense. Okay, Miss Knowles. Okay, it doesn't make sense that you are the person who has to give someone information and handle their complaint. You know, yeah, no, I don't know. That needs to be changed. Linwood, please tap in, okay? Tap in so that you can begin to see and hear who you voted for as your school board. Because I wrote the school board and I want you to see their response. Hey, Yasmin Williams said Linwood is here. Hello, ma'am. Okay, the next board meeting is May the 15th. Anyway, I digress. I'm gonna show you this so we can show you, so I can show you who we dealing with. I don't want it to be a mystery anymore. I'm gonna show you who we dealing with. This YouTube was 3 years ago when she tried to be the superintendent of Oak Park school system. So y'all watch this. She gonna give her little accolades or whatever she call them. So she is in the top left corner. Top left is Miss Knowles. Okay, let you hear this.
From the taxpayers, parents, and we were able to get through 18 of them. And those were the really, we tried to capture ones with big themes and where they're repeated themes. And Kim, wonderful job. This is a high stress situation. You're going through these questions in an hour and you had a presentation. We so appreciate you coming on tonight, and we appreciate all the attendees, but we wanted to give you the last, up to 2 minutes to wrap up. And after you do, Kim, I'm going to put up the link on the screen and also drop it in the chat session so people can start providing feedback. But Kim, it's all yours with no slides. Take it away.
Okay. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the amazing Oak Park community for coming out tonight with some very tough and engaging questions. I want to be your next superintendent because I am committed to you as a school district, making sure that we have high levels of support for teachers, students, parents, and community members. I have experience and I have been well trained and prepared to serve at the next level. I've been an elementary school teacher, a guidance counselor at the elementary level, an assistant superintendent for curriculum, human resources, and operations. The only job that I haven't done in a school system, I would say, is that of a CFO. But I clearly understand money, and there is no mountain too high for me to climb in this district. I am with you. I am for you. You deserve nothing but the best. And with me, I give that to my 3 children at home and my husband. I'm going to give you, my other family, my same time and attention. You deserve it. Oak Park.
Oh, we gonna stop right there because the lies is thick. Unmute your mic now, Chandler. Did you hear her say, I'm going to treat you like I treat my family and give you the time and attention? And
yeah, that kind of ticks me off because this is the same lady that told me that my son was not missing. She said he just got on the wrong bus. Her words. Who are you to tell me my son wasn't missing when he wasn't at the place where he was supposed to be? In your care. He's somewhere in a whole different city, but he wasn't missing? What do you call it then?
I recall her telling you that she didn't even know that this happened until I sent the FOIA.
Yeah, she also said, oh, he seemed fine when he came back. Like, how you know? I thought you didn't know. I thought you wasn't aware of this situation. How you know he came back fine? Why is she trying to tell me, oh, you went to the hospital and did this or that? I sure did. Well, for him to go back home, well, I don't care how he was at school. I know my baby didn't eat for a couple of days, and I know he was sad, not the typical Kari. So I'm going to end it right there.
Prima, we see your message. Hey, all of my Twitch people that have tapped in, thank you. Hey, he doesn't recognize her as doctor. Okay, you heard him call her by her first name? He said, Kim, take it away. Hey,
I'm
James
sorry.
Jones. James Jones, you better stop messing with me now. Okay, but listen, Linwood, let me show you how close you are to Dalton. Watch this. We're gonna have a teacher moment here. Miss Knowles, if you're watching, this how you teach. Dalton, this is District 148 Superintendent. Guess what he is also? He is also the FOIA officer. It seemed like to me, the people that don't want the information to get out is the people who are the FOIA officers. Like, what? You know, so, but anyway, I digress. He is the FOIA officer for District 148. Makes no sense to me. For District 149, the FOIA officer is the assistant superintendent. He actually has two positions that are over there in Dalton, which don't even make any sense, that the people, right, that you would have to complain to are also the people you have to get information from. That should never be. That's like asking the police to police themselves. That's like asking the police to police themselves. Makes no sense. Okay, but anyway, we're here. But look at him, okay? Now look at her. Here she goes. She the FOIA officer. Now let me take you to where it gets interesting to me. Very much so a conflict of interest. If you are a superintendent watching, you should never be the person giving out the information on both sides. So you're handling a complaint from the parent, and they also have to get information from you. Because if you two start bumping heads, you're going to hold back information that you shouldn't be able to do. Okay? Right? That's what Foxy Roxy, you got it. Now look at this. So both of them is the FOIA officers. And y'all saw what happened over there in Dalton with Mr. Nolte, right? Now watch this. Now this is my problem. When I checked this today, I was so mad. Now, let's look at this. Here on this screen, do y'all see? Y'all see Mr. Nolte's salary is $400. Let me see if I can enlarge this. Oh, and I can. Y'all see Mr. Nolte's salary on the government salaries website. He's making $486.66, right? We know this because we watched that meeting where they did that, where that board did that. And let me tell you, y'all know y'all did y'all big one when y'all turned that whole board out. Y'all know y'all did y'all big one with that. Okay? Now look at this. Here go Miss Knowles' salary. She makes $234,000 a year. Tell me why you should make that much money. You didn't even know a child was missing for 4 hours. I ain't even going to get into the scores for the school district. Okay? But tell me how you didn't know a child was missing for 4 hours, then the child wasn't missing, and then nothing's going to happen to the driver, but I'm going to treat your children like my family. Go ahead, China.
Also, there is no incident report, so I guess this never happened.
There's no incident report. I'm glad you said something, because guess what, y'all? So, super producer FOIA for this information. That's how Miss Knowles end up becoming aware of this situation. Because that day that I found out, which was April the 22nd, which was 3 weeks after the incident took place, I FOIA'd and I asked the question. Let me show you what I asked. You said, what did I ask? Okay, let me show you what I asked. Hold on 1 second, child. Hold it, line, please. Hold on. Because I got to bring up the other one. And let me tell y'all, this was the absolute okay. Let me show y'all what I FOIA'd. All right, I'll go make it a little, let me see. This is what I FOIA'd. I found out that she was the FOIA officer. You saw the information that I posted there. The email, hold on 1 second. Let me go back to this slide. The email, let me take this out. This is the email that it gives. It says request for records should be directed as follows. Mail, and then it gives who the FOIA officer is, and then it gives or email, right? So that's what I did. I used the email. In the email, this is my email to her. I said, I would like to request the standard operating procedures for daily van and bus morning check-in. And also, what is the procedure if a bus or a van does not show up to school? And then it says, I formally request an incident report with the child name redacted of the incident that occurred on April 1 with Makari, the first student van driver that did not show up to school with Makari, who is autistic and nonverbal until 11 a.m. at an elementary school in your district. That very day, she sends me an email back that says, we are in receipt of your FOIA request. Okay. And so that is what I did. Okay. That's what I asked for. Monday was when she was supposed to reply to me. Now, mind you, Monday, Miss China went and viewed the video. Miss Knowles proceeds to get upset that I was told that she viewed the video. She proceeded to get upset and said that she didn't have to respond to me. Well, let me go to this document here first. This document right here, Miss Knowles, so I can go ahead, China.
She also said that she was going to get you out your what you asked for, the FOIA or whatever. She said that was going to she was going to get that to you today, and then she said the other one she has a little bit more time for, which is for my mama.
She do. And then I sent a whole bunch more FOIAs after that. Give you a little bit of work to do since you over there with nothing to do. You got a whole bunch of time on your hands to be gaslighting folks. Let me get these FOIAs. See, and this is the reason why you shouldn't be over FOIA requests. Because you handle complaints. The FOIA officer should be somebody separate from the person handling FOIA requests. You need a complaint person. You need a request person. Those should be two separate people. But anywho, let me show you why you have to respond to me. You see this right here? It says the Illinois Freedom of Information Act is designed to ensure that Illinois residents can obtain information about their government. In 2009, Attorney General Lisa Madigan, now that blew my mind because Lisa Madigan is, y'all know, Michael Madigan's daughter, worked with legislators and a diverse group of individuals and organizations to strengthen the FOIA and hold government more accountable. That would be why you have to respond to me, because you are working in a government entity that, what did that paper say? Has to be responsive to me as a government. Okay? Yeah, that would be why you would need to be responsive to me. Oh, K-Mac, I bet you she was responsive after I sent my email to the Attorney General because she didn't answer my FOIA on time. Huh? Yeah. So then that's when she answered my FOIA. But, you know, I'm going to post this right here, this document, this FOIA document for you guys so that you can have it. It answers all the questions. It tells you what to say and let the people know why they got to be responsive to you with all the codes. Oh, and I am. Don't you worry. We're going to be on their neck, Miss Knowles. So, yeah, okay. So she answered my FOIA. Let's get to this FOIA. Here's the answer to my questions. Now, the question that I asked was, I asked for the policies and procedures. So let's get into this, what she sent. Okay. It says, FOIA response, bus and van transportation procedures and incident report request. This correspondence is in response to your Freedom of Information Act FOIA requested dated February 22nd, 25, in which you requested the following: standard operating procedures for daily van and bus morning check-in, procedures followed when a bus or van does not arrive at school, an incident report regarding a transportation issue involving a student and a first student van driver on April 1st, 2025. Standard operating procedures for morning bus and van check-in. Listen to this. Sandridge School District 175 contracts with First Student Transportation Services for student transportation. The students get off of the school bus based on grade level, enter the appropriate door. When the special education vans arrive, a staff member greets the students and escorts them to class. If a student is absent, then the van does not stop at our location. They continue their route. Procedures follow. We'll talk about it in a minute. Procedures follow when a bus or a van do not arrive at school. Sandridge SD 172 contracts with First Student Transportation. The transportation company contacts the school district to notify the school district if a van or a bus is delayed. The transportation company makes arrangements to transport the students to and from school. Here is the problem. Here is the problem. I asked you what the bus check-in procedures were. You proceeded to tell me that First Student transports the kids to school. But what do you do in that school to check and make sure that all of the buses that are assigned to your school have come to school? See, it should be checks on two sides. We're talking about children. We're talking about children that recently have gone missing, lots of them in the previous year, right? So you should have your own check. You should have a list of buses that are assigned to your school by number. Someone should be checking off the buses as they come into the circle. They should be saying bus 246, bus 314, bus 29, van 24, van this. And there should be checked off one by one. So you can look at your own sheet and say, okay, all of the buses are in today. Everybody, all the buses showed up. So I'm going to assume all the kids are here, all the buses in the vans came. Right? Right. You don't have any type of check to check the bus company. Because what if the bus company don't get around to telling you they are not only servicing your school, they're servicing other schools at the same time. So school mornings are very hectic at a bus company. Very hectic. I know that for a fact. So you should have a way, because if you had that way, Kari would not have even been missing for 4 hours. He probably wouldn't even been missing for 10 minutes, because once nobody else came in and you checked your paper and said, hold up, van 25 didn't come in, and so and so and so and so are on that van. Let me call the bus company and find out where this van is. I mean, I know I'm not crazy. You don't even have, and so through all of this, then you said that there is no incident report. There's no record responsive to what I was asking you for an incident report. So basically what you're telling me is this situation never happened. Condia, listen, I drove school bus for more than 5 years. I have driven at a whole bunch of different schools. I used to drive out in Crete. Every single school district has a bus monitor standing at the door with a clipboard, checking off the buses. And when one bus does not come in, they get on that radio immediately and call the office and say, bus 246 did not come in. We need to call the bus company and get an ETA or find out if they had any students. Why? Because while first student may do the transportation, they contract under you. You're responsible for the safety of the children. They're responsible to get the children to school because they have a contract with you, but you have the overall responsibility of making sure that the children arrive to school safely. Okay? Thank you. So there is no report, you guys. No incident report was made. So trying to call me, and she said, Super, there ain't no incident report. So you're trying to make it seem like this never happened. So what did Super do? Super, I emailed every last person on that school board. Is what I did. Let me show you the email that I sent. Because for me, if she can tell the mother that she didn't even know her child was missing, did the board know that a child was missing that day? Because if I was a board member, I would be like, who about to sue us? Because why was the child missing?
So, Miss Kim, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're not interrupting. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
but
go
shouldn't
ahead.
there be some type of consequences for her? Because if nobody knew of this incident, so now she's getting mad. Oh, she's contacting my board members and all that. So shouldn't they look at her crazy? Like, well, where is the incident report? Why weren't you aware of this?
A whole bunch of questions should be being asked. First of all, because why didn't you know?
She don't want them to know that they failed my baby.
Okay. And so this is the email that I sent to the board. China hasn't even seen this. I'm going to read it to you guys. This is the email that I sent to the board. And she said her board. Excuse me, ma'am, that's the community board because everyone in the Linwood community voted for the people on this school board. So this is what I wrote the board. I said, I am trying to find out if you are aware that a child went missing from your school district on April 1st, 2025 by the name of Makari, and I had his last name, was picked up from his home from his mother on April 1st at 7:38 a.m., but did not show up to school until 11 a.m. And the mother was not notified until 1 p.m. by the school office. All of this information the mother has documented. Despite the mother trying to get answers to what happened, no one contacted the mom back with a follow-up as to what transpired during the 4 hours Makari was missing. I became involved on April the 22nd, 3 weeks after the incident took place. It was not until I sent a FOIA request to the FOIA officer that the mom received a call from the FOIA officer and information was exchanged. Today, April 28th, the mom was finally able to view the tape of the van ride and what happened during the missing hours. The mother was also told that the driver will not be reprimanded or fired for taking a child out of their school district across multiple cities. I am writing this email today to find out if you are aware of the situation and to express that this is unacceptable on all levels. What processes were not done in this situation? What processes were ignored? Why won't this driver face discipline simply because it was his first day? There should be intense training given to drivers in general, but specifically to ones that drive special needs children. Also, where was the aid for this route? The driver on his first day was sent with not even the aid that is required for special needs transport. The driver, in fact, should have never left the first student lot without the aid for his route or a substitute according to their rules and should be specified in the contract with SD 172. I would like a response from someone letting me know what is to be done about this situation. Best regards. There you have it. That is what I wrote. And that's why she was sick. Because it was very professional. Right? Because what is going to be done about this? China, you go ahead and proceed to tell them.
That's the email she read to me on the phone, so passive aggressive. And she would ask these questions. And when you got to the today on April 28th, she was like, so you're in contact with her. I said, yes, I am. She read me that email. Every time she would ask me a question, that's, in the very beginning, she was like, first of all, he wasn't missing. But like I said, every time she asked me a question, like regarding to the email that you sent, when I would answer it, she wouldn't even let me fully finish answering. Once she heard what she heard, it's like, okay, whatever. Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Like, she'll keep reading. Like, that's so rude. But, sorry. Go ahead.
And so, let me show you what she responded to me. Because this is what I did not like. Okay? What I did not like was the fact that no one from the board even responded to my email, even to say, we are looking into the matter. No one. No one. Did you hear that, Linwood? No one from the people that you voted into office. Okay? No one responded to my email, even to say, we are looking into the matter. So, let me show you what the passive aggressive Miss Knowles wrote me after I sent that to the school board members. All righty, here we go. I received this from Miss Knowles. Okay. Foxy Roxy is asking, is it okay to share your story, Miss China? She has a channel. She said yes, Miss Roxy. Foxy. Yeah, she said yes, Miss China. All right. So this is the response that I received from Miss Knowles after I sent that email to the board. My name is Dr. Knowles, Dr. Kim Knowles, and I am the superintendent of Sandridge SD 172. You sent a correspondence to my board. Why do that sound so much like Lil Stank? I hate when anybody say my anything when it comes to public officials and government boards, because those boards belong to the community. They don't belong to any one person. Anyway, my board of education, and they have forwarded your email to me. How unfortunate. The board is responsible for governance. If they are responsible for governance, then I contacted the right people, because that means they are in charge of governing you. See, this is why I'm saying the conflict of interests are crazy, because they are in charge of governing you, and I let them know that there was a child missing and you didn't even know. Anyway, and I am not at liberty to discuss the student with you. Where did y'all hear me ask her to discuss Makari with me? I asked her to discuss bus procedures, and I asked her for an incident report. Where did I ask her to discuss Makari with me? Your questions will be answered as a part of your FOIA request. Please allow 5 business days from the request to receive your response from the FOIA officer. I would like to suggest that you follow up with Ms. Chu, the student's mother. She shared with me last week that you are close friends of her godmothers and you represent yourself as a community advocate, but you do not reside in Linwood. Anytime there is an incident, the Board of Education is made aware of the situation. I don't see how, because you didn't even know. And you said there was no incident report. So how would they be notified if there was no incident report? Time for me to FOIA for the emails then. Roger that. The Sandridge SD School District 172 administration has met with the parent, reviewed the video, did speak with both parents on the day of the incident, and left several messages for Dad. My board does not respond to community advocates. Please direct all inquiries to my attention. Respectfully, Dr. Knowles. Your board. If I ain't mistaken, the village of Linwood. Is there anyone from Linwood in here? Did y'all vote that board, that school board? Did y'all vote for them people on that board? Because I would suggest.
And if I may say, I just moved here the day before Christmas Eve to Linwood, so I didn't get a chance to vote yet. Okay, sorry.
Oh my God, this is cracking me up. So, is there anyone from in Linwood in here? Y'all voted those people in? If y'all voted those people in, she's saying that's her board. So that's letting you know that if you need to get anything done or you're trying to request something of the school board, they're not going to be responsive to you. She just said it. So seem like to me, next time voting comes up, and I'm going to be on it, don't you worry. Next time voting comes up, it need to be a whole new board, because ain't no way in the world nobody on that board didn't respond to my email and at least say, we are looking into the matter. Thank you for letting us know. But anywho, no problem. Have China send your email and sign. I know. Who did she CC in her email to you? She CC'd China. Hey, Bug Baby. She CC'd China. Okay. So listen, we still have an email wars. So let me show you my response to the passive aggressive email she sent me. Now, this all being done by email. She never once asked, could she give me a call? She never once asked, thank you for being so concerned. She never one time with this alleged doctor in front of her name, because I cannot confirm or deny that she has a doctorate. She did not one time say, you know what, we're going to look at our process of bus check-in. Do you have any suggestions, that you think might work? What do you think? I see you saying that you have been a bus driver before. Have you seen some processes that would work? Nothing like that. Okay. So let's get back to these email wars, okay? Because I'm going to show y'all what I responded to the passive aggressive email. This probably going to crack y'all up even more. And listen, just forgive me because, child, listen, God's still working on me, child. Just, just bear with me. Hold on one second. I'm going to show y'all what I responded to her. Oh, here they go. All right. I'm trying to keep my cool through this whole thing. Whew, Jesus. Okay. Okay, so this is the email that I sent her back after she sent me that passive aggressive email. See right here where I address her as Dr. Knowles? I even address her as Dr. Knowles in this email again. I say, in response to your email, I never asked you to discuss the student with me. I asked for the policy and procedures in regards to drop-off of students. Even if I don't reside in Linwood, what bearing would that have on me asking questions of this school district as to policy and procedures, being that FOIA is available to anyone living in state or out, and school board meetings are open to the public? I will note that it was stated you don't respond to community advocates, and I will take that as you don't intend to work with community concerns. In regards to my FOIA, it was sent on April 22nd, the first one, which would make today the day of your response. I submitted another FOIA this morning, from which you will have 5 days from today to respond. Community advocates are necessary when parents feel like they are not being heard. But since you and the board do not feel the same, I will relay the message to the public respectfully. Y'all don't know how bad I wanted to put disrespectfully. Y'all do not know how bad I wanted to put disrespectfully. Lord have mercy. That's what I wanted to say. I will be suing the school board and pressing charges against them, the school, everyone. Okay? Do this doctor know how many children are missing due to wrong information bus stop? Have y'all seen the kids that got left on the buses? You seen the kids that got dropped off at the wrong bus stops? Okay? A lot of that goes on. You need to have better processes, right? So instead of you saying to yourself, we need to have a better process because this process is weak. Look at what happened to McCarvey. Not you though. Okay, not you. Can you send an amended email? I have some words that need to be added. Yes, checks and balances are very much needed, right? They covered the school from any type of lawsuit. Because that way, if you can confirm that the school did not have anything to do with what happened, then they would have to sue the bus company, right? Right. It is similar to, but they can't give out info to another on the parent or guardian. Yeah. No one is asking for any of Macari's information. I never asked them who's Macari's teacher, what class he in, what classes is he taking, what is his diagnosis. I never asked any of those questions. Go ahead.
If I may say, I just put 2 and 2 together thinking about this. She tried to threaten me with, oh, we have phone records that we left voicemails. She tried to threaten me with that. And then she said that they left voicemails with his father. So some just told me to call his father and ask him, did they leave him voicemails? He said he does not have a voicemail from the school. So she lied. I'm on the phone with him right now as we speak, and she lied. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but his phone number isn't even on his records for the school, to my knowledge. So how did you call? No, he said he did call the school. He said he did call the school, but they lied.
I just want to know, why are you should be reaching out. First thing, you should have known that he wasn't at school. You don't have any check. That's the first check.
Right.
We would have never been here if they had did all of their checks. Like, for me, this is okay. This was a mistake. Fine. Mistakes have consequences, right? And we're dealing with children here. We are dealing with people's most precious cargo. We are dealing with children. My children are the most important thing to me. I don't care about nothing else but my children, and don't you mess with my children. So, as you saw in that YouTube video, she claimed she would treat her school districts like she treat her family. Well, I know for a fact that if this was your child, your niece, your nephew, your grandchild, that driver wouldn't have a job. We wouldn't be talking about this, because you're sitting in a seat where you can make that happen. So I'm just like, come on, Hannah. I'm just like, because this is not you, you don't care. That ain't what you told them Oak Park people. Oh, because we not in Oak Park, that's not what we doing. In Linwood, you still getting $200,000 a year though. At Linwood, are you watching this? Are you seeing what is happening here? If you have a problem with your child, if your child go missing, the school not even gonna know, because they don't have a way to make sure or check in all of the buses. In this day and age, this is alarming that you don't have this check set up at your school. The parent can have your name added to the school's documents to obtain information about China's. Add your name. Ain't sugar, honey, iced tea they can do about it. She already gave them, listen, this is the thing, Miss Wisdom. She gave verbal permission for me to ask anything that I wanted to Miss Knowles several times. But I never asked anything about her son specifically. I asked for an incident report. This is just like when you FOIA for the police body cam and incident reports, police reports. I might not even know nobody that is involved in the incident, but I can have that report and I can have that body cam footage. I didn't ask her anything about him. I didn't ask her about his diagnosis, what class he was in, who his teacher was. I didn't ask her none of that. None of it. She should have advised that they will do it. Thank you. See, this is the problem when you are the FOIA officer and also the person who handles complaints. That might need to be a different. One thing I'm going to show you something about Dalton 149 that I think all of these school districts should employ. Let me show y'all something. Hold on. My children call me mama. Don't play with it. Okay. I'm in communication with my kids' schools and the bus that they know my voice when I call before I even say who I'm calling for. Okay, Condia. I never let my kids ride the bus. I never let my kids ride the bus. Why? Because I'm a bus driver. And I used to know all types of things that the parents never even knew. Why? Because I was listening to the radio, the dispatch radio. I could hear all types of things that's going on other people's buses. And I'd be like, oh, my kids would never ride a school bus. Only for a field trip. Because as far as going to and from school, no ma'am. Because of some of the things that I used to hear across the radio. That you parents will never, ever be told. And the school cover it up, and the bus company cover it up. And there you have it. So that's why that check is important. Because they should have somebody monitoring and writing down and checking off the buses. Oof. Just the ignorance, like that you couldn't even take your L and say, you know what, we were wrong. Hold on 1 second. I want to show y'all something. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all this. This is School District 149 in Dalton. We have links to follow the whereabouts of the buses at all times. Everybody need that. Even though they do have tracking at the school bus company, everybody don't have access to it. These days, it should be a requirement to have an adult in the back of the bus too. They have most of these buses, elementary school wise, some of them come with aides. If it's a lot of kids on the bus, it has to be over a certain number of kids, right? For there to be an aide on the bus. Because for the most part, if it's a regular education bus, there ain't nobody but the bus driver and the kids. So, that's another thing that the parents need to be mindful of. They need to be watching or asking the school, how many kids ride this bus? Because, at one point, we didn't have enough buses. We had kids standing up on the back of our bus. Sometimes we had 4 kids to a seat. Craziness. Okay? She should say maybe we need to revamp. Thank you. Thank you. Lord. Anyway, this is Dalton School District 149's. I just asked for their FOIA officer from Google, but look at this. They have a homeless liaison person. That's a different person from the superintendent. The complaint manager and the FOIA officer, the Freedom of Information officer, they're the same person. That's actually the assistant superintendent. Now, this is the only thing I don't like about them. He needs to be the complaint manager, but not the FOIA officer. Because how do you handle the complaints and then have to handle giving out information? And if me and you not seeing eye to eye, I'm not going to trust the information you giving me. So for me, that's an issue. They need to pick another person. Dr. Nolte being the superintendent, and I bet you he the person who handled complaints. Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Okay. So this situation right here, then she had a nerve. Oh, but wait, we're not finished. Cause child, listen. I sent another FOIA request today. Child, I can't help myself sometimes. Don't ask. It be the devil in me. I'm just gonna tell you right now. It be the devil in me. Okay? So today, right? Tuesday, I asked for the footage of the incident. Today, this is what I asked for, since you want to be the FOIA officer and the complaint manager. She sent me 2 follow-up emails after I told her I was going to let the public know that they was not going to be responsive to the public or work with the public, because that's what you said in your email, that your board do not respond to community advocates. Okay. You sent me 2 emails after that I did not respond to, because guess what? I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you, because I said what I said. So I asked for something else. I said I would like to request a copy of the contract for the superintendent. Who the superintendent? Her. Of Sandridge School District 172, in addition to the responsibilities of the superintendent position. Huh? I sure did. And then I would like to request the IEP meeting procedures and guidelines for SD 172. Let me give you something to do, since you ain't got enough to do out here gaslighting folks. Let me give you some work to do. Go on, find that. And after she find that, I'm going to ask her for something else. And I'm going to find out what you and your board is about, because you get ready to find out what I'm about. Because it's ridiculous that you would say that you don't respond to community advocates, when Al Sharpton, Roland Martin, and Ben Crump is community advocates, and I guarantee you're going to respond to them. But they don't live in Linwood. I'll show you the overall board. They're going to be the last thing that we do. But we coming back, because we going to investigate each person on this board. Because I said what I said. Ain't no reason why you couldn't send me an email that said, we are looking into the matter. Thank you for your concern. Instead of sending my email to somebody who didn't even know that the child was missing. All this crazy stuff coming to life in the Chicago area has made me pay even more attention to everything going on where I live in Central Illinois, child. And you should, because it's some stuff. I got so much to tell y'all about Tinley Park tomorrow. It's insane. Literally. But anywho, so I asked for those things, right? Let me tell you the little game she tried to play with me today. So I sent that email to her from a different email. It's the email that she responded to me on. So then she sends me back an email here that says, please submit a FOIA request. Well, I just did, because she is the FOIA officer. Is that right? I believe that's right. I just showed it to you from the website. So you know what I did? I went over to my other email and I said, okay, cool. This the games we playing today? I was like, cool. Let me go to my sent folder. So I went back over and I went to the first email address that I used to ask for the FOIA in the first place, right? So I went over there. Let me tell you what I did. I went over there. And what did I say? I asked her for the same thing that I asked her from my Yahoo account. Cause you wanna play games today? I got time to play stupid games today. Anytime somebody wanna play stupid games with me. Matter of fact, my kids will tell you I love playing games. They hate me because I love playing games so much. So since she wanted to play games today, that's what we did. So I went over there and I sent her an email. Because what you thought? You thought I wasn't going to send you the email after you said make it for you thought I wasn't going to do it? I went right over there. I sent her the same request, right? Guess what she did? 2 seconds later, she sent me this right here and says, first she sent to me again, she sent make a FOIA request. This is the third time I sent it again. This is the third time. Guess what I did this third time? I asked for the same thing, but guess what I did? I said, according to the Sandridge SD 172 website, this is the FOIA email. Then what did she write? Received. I bet you did receive it. Because that website right there, because I sent you that link. Yeah, right there, because that's what it say. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me, because I ain't stuck on stupid. Okay? You want to play games with me? Guess what I got? Time. Girl, every time. Every time. And guess what? When she finished these FOIA requests, I'm going to send some more. Because I can. And you got to respond. Guess what? Because you have to. Stop playing with people. The only thing you have to do is the right thing. I'm here just like you are for the children. I'm not here for you. I'm not here for your feelings. I'm not here for your likes, your dislikes. I'm not here for none of that. I'm here for the children. Okay? And I always thought that there should be someone in the school, like a parent, that would go into school and just make sure that processes are being done correctly on behalf of the parents. Nope, not even. You know I can be petty. K-Mac, she don't even know her own job, but she gonna get to learn it because guess what she gonna be doing? Looking up all this stuff just to make sure that they have the proper procedures and she know what the procedures are. Because see, what I'm really doing is helping her. Okay, I'm helping her learn what her own procedures are. So go on over there and look this up because you're going to see me again in May for an IEP meeting. So I want you to know what we're going to be doing and I'm going to know what we're going to be doing. Because it's insane. It's insane that the safety of this child was not taken seriously because it's not your child, or it's not somebody on the board's child, or somebody on the board's relative, or some school teacher's relative, or some school teacher's child. Parents who work third shift, they need advocates because they tired. So, and I'm tired of, I took my kids out of school because I was tired of being disrespected. Everybody don't have that luxury. I did, and I do, but everybody doesn't have that luxury. Child, people don't like me really, and it's okay. I can be the most hated, but I guess, listen, let me tell you one thing. I might be the most hated, but I'll never be duplicated, and I bet you they won't ever confront me. Okay? Yes, this is for the future of other children. Linwood, China, and Macari are working for you. They are making sure that even a regular education child does not go missing. No one. Because Miss Knowles, what you're going to learn from this lesson of dealing with me is that the safety of the children and you as the superintendent should be paramount. Because once the kids leave their doorstep and get on that bus, they are in the care of you and the school. Lord have mercy. That's right, Miss Knowles. You want to play stupid games? You go all of them. She gonna get all of them. All of them. The next time she send me a crazy email saying that I'm gonna ask her some other questions. Exactly. She gonna learn it, and she is. There has to be more children that experience this. You never know, Miss Wisdom. You don't ever know, because look at what they're doing. They did not write an incident report. They did not write an incident report. This needs to be registered somewhere. They did not write an incident report. Okay? She gonna be winning on all fronts. All types of prizes. Any stupid game she want to play, I'm going to play and educate her at the same time. She going to get all types of prizes. I don't discriminate over here. She can win it all. She can win. I want her to win the lottery. I want her to win it all, because they have her in this position over children. I'm concerned. I'm concerned for the other children. I'm a stay-at-home mom, nothing but time to make sure they're doing their job correctly. Girl, okay? She don't know. I be sitting here on this computer with my hand typing on this one and my phone in the other hand. What you need? What you want? Okay? They say, China, you contacted the right person. Listen, I'm just trying to do my part as a good human. We all should be teaching each other. If I know something you don't, I should tell you. Right? I feel like that's how it should go. Girl, I be telling my children this. They be walking out the room like, listen, she is not finna give us no equal opportunity butt whipping. But I mean, yes. Because you can get a butt whooping and you can get a butt whooping and you can get one too. Okay? So we will be following up. Oh, let me show y'all this board. Her board. That's what she said. Linwood, if you're listening, she said her board. So when does the board that you elected start working for you? Baby, I would just be sending emails to this board and asking them, we elected you. Do you not work for the community? So you saying that you don't respond to the community, but you want to respond to me when it's time to be elected because you want my vote? So you be out here in this community trying to talk to me. I know one thing. If I see any of these people, I'll walk right past. Oh, no, you didn't have time to answer an email to tell somebody we're looking into something. You ain't got nothing to say to me. Okay? Nothing. Because that's crazy that you would want my vote, but you can't even respond. Here you go right here. Not your board, girl. Here you go. Here go your board. That thing just took me out of here. That child. Okay, so here go the school board. Let me put this in the chat. Anyone from Linwood, since I don't live in the district, but you gonna answer me. Anyone in Linwood that wants to send an email to her board to let them know how you felt about how the situation was handled, hit that link and you will find all of the emails there, just as I did. The only email that does not work is this Mr. Jeff Walker. His email was not correct. It did not work because I don't think they have his name correct. It says J.E. Walker, but his name is Jeff Walker. So I don't even know what his email is. But let's look at this board. This is the president, Sonia Jenkins Brown. I don't know, because she did not even respond as the president to say, we're looking into it. Thank you for being a concerned citizen. Stacy Majunkins. Grace Snelling is the secretary. I sent emails to all of these people. I don't think I sent the email to the secretary because it wasn't really her concern. Jeff Walker, Janelle Kruger, and Miss Kay Newton. This is the board. 2 people you don't have pictures for, and I don't have pictures for them either. I didn't go and look for them. But listen, I have sent several emails. You all feel free to do the same and let her know how y'all feel about the situation, how it was responded to, and how that there is no incident report. So this is almost like it never happened. If China didn't have a Ring doorbell, they would have said, oh no, that didn't happen because I see it. This is where we're gonna be. Oh no, that didn't happen. What are you talking about? There is no incident report. How do we prove it happened? Because there's no incident report. The only way we prove it happened is that the footage was shown. And now I requested the footage for this incident so that we can have it on record. We can have it for record. You need to, you can like send her a message tomorrow, email her tomorrow, do an official FOIA request. I'll send you the email and say, I would like to request the video footage from the van ride. And that's all you got to say. If she asks you any other questions, say, I'll be waiting for my FOIA response. You have 5 days, period. Because what we talking about? I don't need to talk with you about anything. I asked you for what I asked you for as the FOIA officer, and I am the parent. I asked you for what I asked you for. You got 5 days. Because if we don't get that footage, it exists? Because they don't have an incident report. All I have is these emails back and forth, right? Right. Crazy. How many children do they lose in a year's time? Man, there are so many incidents with kids. You don't, like I said, when I was a school bus driver, I never let my kids ride the bus because I heard things that parents would never hear. Okay? And that's what I'm going to tell you. Okay? That is what I will tell you. There are so many things that happen. There are so many times that some bus drivers brought kids back to our lot, which is like miles away from their home. Right? So I've heard loads of things. Okay? Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you.
I have a quick question. So they are trying to take Makari out of special education classes. Now I have a question. My question is, does that mean he won't get door-to-door bus service anymore and he'll have to go on the regular bus with the other kids since he's not in special education classes?
Yes,
and
ma'am.
my comment to that, which means like he's still autistic at the end of the day though.
Right. So what you will have to do is be armed with your diagnosis from the doctor. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You will have to be armed with that. You need to start communicating with Carvey's teacher to find out where she is, because she could be fighting for Carvey to stay in special education and they could be trying to override her.
No, one day I picked Makari up early. She's the one that told me that he don't belong in her class. He don't have certain behaviors. He's very smart. She told me he don't belong in her class.
Okay. So, you're going to need the diagnosis from the doctor on your side. And it's so many other things that we really might need to employ. So the ABA is like and you work third shift, this is going to become even more challenging for you, right? Because then we need to look at this IEP and see what they're saying in the IEP about, where he fits in and can he do certain things. This is what I because
Would I
they
be able
had
to get that? I'm sorry. Would I be able to get that from the Social Security office, or do I need to reach out to the to his doctors down in Georgia where he got diagnosed with autism?
Yeah, you probably would have to just call the doctor down there that diagnosed him and ask for a copy of his medical records, and tell them you are now in Illinois, you need a copy of his medical records. They're probably going to refer you to their medical records department, and it may cost you a small fee to get it, but we'll work that out. So don't worry about it. Whatever they say it is, just let me know.
Okay, because if they try to, I'm pretty sure they're going to probably try it and say he's not autistic, but just because you're intelligent don't mean that you're not autistic. He still has certain sensory issues. I wish he was woke right now so I could bring him to the camera. He still doesn't like eye contact. He don't like touch. Sometimes he don't even like touching me. I'll try to give him a kiss. He'll still be like, it depends on his mood. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get that together.
Yeah, so get that. You have time because you know what time frame we're working with, but still time is of the essence because we need to have that to be armed with that and say, well, a doctor says otherwise. And ask for a hearing. Ask for a hearing, a closed hearing with the Board of Education. You give them your, it's just certain things. It's things that you can do. It's like with my son, when they were trying to like put him in split regular classes, and I would ask them, is he reading? Is he talking to you? Do you understand what he's saying? Like at this point, if you can't tell me that he's doing any of those things, what are we talking about? Add the autism to his IEP or 504 to school. Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't know what her IEP says. So get a copy of his IEP from the school. Unless you have it at home.
I know I had to get his medical records sent to his doctor up here in order to let them know. It's because with Dalton School District, it took a while to get all that.
So if they send him up here to his doctor, they should have his whole medical file. You should be able to get it from here.
They sent so much. It was like over 200 pages that they sent for him.
Yeah, so get a copy of it. It may cost you a small fee. Just let me know what the fee is.
And I need to be more educated on autism because, again, Dr. Knowles did say that my child wasn't nonverbal. He can talk, but he can't communicate with you what's wrong, sadly. Even, like I said, when we spoke with the sexual assault nurse, she would ask him what's wrong. He would just sit there and he was like, But I guess I need to see the exact definition of nonverbal. Does that mean he can't speak at all?
Well, these are all things you can afford, but you'll get this together.
What's wrong? You gotta pick. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. All right, y'all. Listen, that's all I got for y'all today. Tomorrow I have something else, and then I'm going quiet for a little while. I'm gonna be on Twitch. I'll probably be only on Twitch for 1 or 2 days, and then I'll be back. I want to let you all know that Lil Stank was in Springfield today for the township convention, the township thing that they were talking about. Hey, Justin, why was she there? Y'all, she is no longer supervisor. Somebody let me know. Why was she there? But anyway, she was in Springfield today for the township. It's like a conference for township employees and supervisors and stuff. Unbelievable. So you all send me emails. Y'all can send me emails with your tips and things for China, and I will pass them on to her. Yeah, it's gonna get a little crazy out here. Inauguration for Jason House in Dalton, Monday. Monday is inauguration day for Dalton at 5:30. I will be live. Dave Bryson, I will send you a message and let you know when I'm on Twitch. Twitch will be having different topics. Our first topic for Twitch is dating over 40. Lord have mercy. Dating over 40. There is pee in the pool. Child, we're going to be talking about this. We have a guest. I also have another series on Twitch. Hold on. What did I name it? Hold on. Another series on Twitch. And my Twitch handle is all in the Q2 on Twitch. Hold on. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a series called The Unthinkable Happened. And the first guest that we are going to have on Twitch is a friend of mine who was diagnosed with breast cancer, came out of nowhere, and is something that she's now dealing with. She lost her mom. Just a series of things happened to her. I want her to come on and speak about what symptoms she was having, what has happened on her journey. She started to write a blog about being diagnosed with breast cancer at her age and all of those things. So there will be some interesting topics on Twitch. Our two series. The first series is The Unthinkable Happened to Me. We're going to start with a breast cancer story. And then we are also going to be doing dating over 40. Yeah, this is, but this is going to be Twitch only. That's going to be on Twitch. All in the queue. This original channel will strictly be for investigations of political corruption. That we'll be doing here. Okay. All in the Q2 on Twitch will be more social things. Okay. I hope you guys decide to join my Twitch channel so that you can enjoy all of the other content on there. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in with this update. I'm sure we're going to have more to update you on because this is not over and done. Okay. She said, thank you everyone for the love and support. Big thank you to Miss Kim. Girl, Miss Kim ain't did nothing. You never been on Twitch, Justin, you need to sign up for it. Twitch is interesting. I actually like it over there. And you can talk more freely on Twitch than you can here on YouTube. So, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I will see you guys one more day. That's tomorrow. After tomorrow, you probably maybe will not see me again until Monday when we go live at the inauguration. Okay? All right, you guys, I hope to see you tomorrow on Twitch only. I will put the link on my post on this YouTube page to tell you to join us over on Twitch so you'll know that I'm live there, but I'll only be on Twitch. Okay? Tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. That's it for me. That's all I got. Thank you, everyone. I feel like I'm starting all over again, right? Because not too many people watching. But thank you to all of you loyal people that are still watching. This is what I think about you.
Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you. Oh, I ain't want nothing, man. Just wanted to tell you I love you.
So long that even the world can see her mind is gone. And we ain't had a mayor who lied for this long. Who knew the saga would go on and on? You better watch your house and your pockets, or you might end up on the court docket. I really hate this is how it turned out. It's the people that can't walk the back and can't